All right, guys, I'm here with Jessica. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. We're here to talk a little bit about you today and your story and share some of your wisdom, like I was just saying.
Okay.
All right, let's jump right in. You'll get a chance to kind of introduce yourself and your background and what you sell, your story, and all that stuff. So let's just jump right in. Uh,
Okay.
the first question is, what's your background? How long have you been in e-commerce?
My background is actually in web development and development in general, and kind of moved into SEO and did some pay-per-click for other clients. Started doing marketing writing from there, and after starting to golf with my husband, I realized there really weren't a lot of really good options out there for women for golf clothes, unless you want to basically just look like your golfing partner, which isn't really fun. So I figured, why not just do for myself what I'd been doing for everybody else for, a decade and a half, and just jumped in with both feet. I built a big commerce store, and I started out in WooCommerce actually, and realized there were some limitations there that I couldn't get past, and moved to BigCommerce in 2018. And it's been pretty crazy since then.
Hasn't been a good decision to switch to that new platform? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it's way more flexible and scalable for my needs.
Okay. Uh, what do you sell? Would you mind just introducing your store a little bit? Who do you sell to?
Sure. My store is for ladies golf, and I sell golf apparel to ladies. And it's a really neat group. I really like my customer base. They're all super happy, like very friendly people. I get texts all day and night. We're leaving in for a trip in, a week, and we need these 12 items, and here's my credit card, and just ship it to me. And they just come in constantly, the texts and emails, and it's hilarious. So I really like working with my customer base. They definitely keep me going when things are getting tough.
Right. So
But
we said to you, here's my credit card, take my money.
pretty much, yeah. And I do treat those customers very well. They get a hefty discount just because they do make my life super easy.
Awesome. Okay, and we'll have a chance to put the link to your store for people to take a look as well. Without, I mean, if you want to, you can, but without having to share any details in terms of numbers, what kind of results have you gotten since you started with your store, or since maybe you switched to BigCommerce?
Oh gosh, since I switched to BigCommerce, it grew 1,000% in the first year. My sales did month over month. And I was doing some things at the same time. Obviously, we had started, I'd hired a company to do pay-per-click for me. And I started doing more social media. I had a lot more products on there. So there were a lot of factors that went into that growth. But, I can see where each decision has kind of taken me to where I am now. But since last year, with I think a lot of it has to do with COVID, and a lot of it has to do with just growth in general. I don't know how much is factored in there, but it's about Glue had done a case study on me. They told me it was 108% when they pulled my data from last year to this year. So
It's a
I'll
big
take
increase. Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. Hard work.
Yeah, hard work pays off. The expression, the harder you work, the more lucky you get. But it's not
Yeah.
actually luck. It's just the hard work that pays off eventually.
It's a lot of
I'm
hard
glad
work.
to hear that. I mean, it's always good to hear success stories and not people struggling. So it's good to see someone actually doing good. Especially in COVID. Some, like I was saying in the previous video, a lot of niches went down, but a lot of them also went up. So you're lucky, I guess, that it helped you.
Yeah. Golf is pretty much all people can do in a lot of areas. So that's a good way to get out with the people that you know and still, you know, stay apart. And you can go out and enjoy some time outdoors in an activity in a social environment. So we are seeing a lot of people golfing that haven't golfed before, just because it's a great excuse to get out of the
Yeah.
house.
Mistakes, biggest mistakes that you've done, maybe some insights from those, or one mistake that comes to mind.
Oh gosh, growing pains from the first few years have just been, whew, there's a reason they're called growing pains. They hurt. I would say the biggest mistake that I made was not finding a way to consolidate all the incoming messages. So if I had someone email me, send me, you know, leave me a voicemail, send me a message on Facebook, send a message through my website, all these different things, I was losing track of them. So, you know, I always have all these high hopes and grand dreams, and as soon as I walk away, I'm moving on to something else, and I would forget what I was supposed to be doing because everything was so scattered, and I could not keep track of everything. So by consolidating all of that communication into one place, that made my life so much easier, for sure.
I'm assuming you're using some sort of tool for that.
Like Reamaze is what I
Remains.
use. Love it. I love it. I can see from my phone. I can pull, they pop up on my computer while I'm here. It's great. It's really saved me as my business got so much bigger.
Right. Okay. How do you find winning products? Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah. Find out what people are looking for. Find your competitors and see what they have. A lot of how I started was just seeing what other people had in their shops and going from there. Now it's more customers will come to me saying, you know, I saw this somewhere, someone was wearing this, can you get it? And now I have 15 more companies that I work with. But it's as long as you can get a feel for what it is your customer is looking for overall. And it's shocked me, some of the things that my customers have been prone to like wouldn't be something that I would normally have picked. So definitely paying attention to what your customers are asking for and buying overall.
I think that's a great segue to the last question here, which is, you know, if you have any other insights in terms of user experience, because you have to listen to your customers to decide to figure out which products they want, but you also have to listen to them to figure out which kind of user experience they want for the store, how they want to shop your store, right? So, any tips in terms of the user experience for your store, things that you've improved, maybe based on the feedback of customers or something like that?
Something that I have definitely found to be helpful is to keep things simple on the product page. Too many things flashing and popping up and all of that just really distract from them being able to make a decision, or even stored in their memory bank for later, because there are so many other things going on. So you've paid to acquire this customer in some way, whether with your time or with a pay-per-click ad, and they're there and you're just driving them away with everything else going on in that area. Keeping things as simple as possible from the beginning, from the moment that they land on your site. Help them first see who you are, what your story is, and why they should buy from you first and foremost when they get there. And then from that point on, you're guiding them through that journey on your site and taking them, these are the things that people are asking for most commonly, and just put them front and center. Make sure that they understand this is who you are and this is what you have for them, and also why they should get it from you. And allow them to go through that buying journey with a minimum of distractions. That would be my advice for a successful user experience.
All right, great. That sounds like some good wisdom right there. So I want to respect your time. I want to keep these really short and sweet, so you can get back to your successful business, and people also watching this can just get a quick value nugget and get something out of it. So I really want to thank you for your time here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Matt.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye bye.